But I do ask that my colleagues live through 2022 election and really take a good long look at whether or not they think with the large wards we have in this high stakes mega city we have, if we're really being fair to the future, if we don't begin to look at election finance reform. And it's becoming that high stakes mega city that years ago caused New York City to make a change from candidates needing always to go after the largest donation possible and then rebate it later, flipped it to go after your community. Fund your campaign in and of your community with small donations, and then instead of rebating the money out to the electorate, you are granting the money up front to the elector. And in so doing that, New York City created a transparency regime that is admirable. And contrary to what the question you just heard from my colleague, if you knock on the door of the Campaign Finance Authority staff in New York City and ask them to explain their audit system, they are deeply, deeply proud of how rigid, how strict, how transparent, and how clean it is. They work flat out in an election year to audit your compliance throughout the year so that you're not in trouble after the election for having done something that as a new candidate you might not have realized was non-compliant. Your non-compliance is vetted out, you're given a period of time to fix it before the election, but the fundamental and most important thing in these new giant high stakes wards is that to get your grant financing, you disclose who your donors are, and it's right there on a website for residents to see on the night they vote. And that has to be the high watermark for a transparent election. And if we really care about the future of this council chamber, that should be a compelling change that you want to look at. So I simply ask that people look at the work staff have done to put it all in a table for you. Come and ask me, because I met for 4 hours with those people, just like staff did. I can tell you more, and so can Fiona. But we really owe it to ourselves to look at this and evaluate what the 2022 experience is and decide whether or not to ask the province for this permission. Thank you, Madam Speaker.